Good morning and welcome back to the JagCorner. I am Will Thorpe. I am your host, and it has been 2 weeks since I last streamed. Just a quick for those who were anticipating a stream. I apologize. I didn't even tweet that I wasn't going to stream. I know 2 weeks ago I mentioned that there was a possibility I wouldn't stream. Turns out the place I was at, well. I was a little concerned about the upload speed. I did test it once or twice, and it seemed like it would handle it, but I decided I was going to just take the time off, not worry about it, focus on a few other things after the 4th of July break that everybody had. And so I just decided to take the week off. So sorry I didn't inform you. Do better in the future. But yeah, a lot happened during that week. I kind of wish I streamed because we're gonna have a ton of news. We're gonna be going over before we start playing Kings of Edom again. I wanted to put some more time into this because it's a little bit frustrated. Carl at Songbird actually pointed out that if you're watching the messages down at the bottom, it will tell you if you're near a crown, and I don't know if that means the dungeon you're in or if you're within, a certain like 25 by 25 square block or something. But anyways, I want to get a crown. I think we can get a crown, so we're gonna do that today. Let me know if there's any issues with the audio. I think everything is working fine. Let me just check really quick. There it is. Yeah, so we're doing fine. It was a little soft maybe, but should be good. But yeah, we have a ton of news items to get to, so let's go ahead and do that because yeah, it's gonna take us a little while to get through everything. Also, I'm kind of interested. X Chaos, good to see you. Is my chat working? My chat is not working. Let me see if I can get that working. There it is. Okay. Good morning, X Chaos. Thanks for joining me. Yeah, there's a lot that we could chat about. We may not even get to Kings of Edom today. No, I think we will, but there are some things we can talk about, and I'd love to hear your opinions on it. I've been thinking about. Well, we'll get to it. First, like always, don't forget to check out JagCorner.com. This is our landing page for JagCorner and BitJag development. If you want to learn more about the game that we're currently perpetually working on, Crescent Memories. Trying to think if I put any work into that over the last week. I don't think I did. I actually spent some time on the 240p test suite. I was adding a few more help menus, polishing some things up. I'm actually thinking about posting just a video to Atari Age to ask some of the more veteran programmers if there's a test that we could include on it before I start talking to the main group that works on the 240p test suite, before we ask for that to be integrated with all the rest of the test suites there. So I'll get around to that hopefully here in the next week or so, get something posted on that. But yeah, I didn't work on Crescent Memories. But anyways, yeah, you can learn about the games at JagCorner.com. There's also the newsletter. This is something I push every episode. If you're new here, the newsletter is just, you'll get a little bit of exclusive content. Hopefully each month. I've been running slow on this last month. There's some things that, like the 240p test suite, that's one thing that I've been wanting to finish, but that may not happen. But anyways, just some behind the scenes stuff. Every once in a while you'll get some exclusive content. I want to use that as kind of this is my group of people, my stream friends that I can treat just a little bit better if you're signed up to that newsletter. Things like some heads up on releases and other things like that. That's what that's for. So go and sign up for that. It's really easy, very quick. Yeah, let's get to some news. What do I have up first? What is this? I don't even know what this is. Oh, yeah. So Shinto, who does the Jaguar Game by Game podcast, just released a new episode on Rayman. I haven't listened to it. I haven't listened to it myself yet. Let's see here. Where does that go? This link goes to Atari Age. I know he has another page. Maybe it's this one right here. Yeah, where you can go and listen to this podcast, but he also, let's see if I can get to it, all episodes. Yeah, so he has 32 episodes of this. covering individual games. I think he had, if I remember right, seems like he has some general episodes. Oh, maybe not. It looks like they may all be game specific, which makes sense. It's a game by game podcast, right? Anyways, be sure to check that out. They are top quality. He does such a good job on those podcasts, so definitely worth watching or listening to if you have the time. He also, if you aren't aware, these podcasts, he usually on Atari Age, again, sign up for Atari Age, especially the Jaguar forum if you haven't already. But he usually posts a kind of a pre-episode. I don't even know what you'd call it. Anyways, he's just requesting for content essentially, and usually it's something specific like, what are your memories with this game, or do you like or do you hate this game? Things like that. He asks for some feedback, and he tries to include that in the podcast so his audience has an opportunity to voice either their opinions or experiences about that specific game. So it's a really cool, very well done podcast, very high production value. It's been a little while since we've gotten a new episode, but they are getting done. So anyways, really cool. Check that out. What's next? This is just another page I have pulled up. It's Stitcher.com, which I think is a podcasting platform of some sort. Anyways, yeah, check that out. So this was the big news, and maybe I should wait until the end of the rest of the news before I talk to this, but is Atari, the official Atari, just announced a new game that's coming out, and it's a compilation of game. And it's weird that this compilation thing is, they've always done compilations, so maybe this isn't a weird thing, but it's kind of interesting that we've had all these compilations on the Jaguar recently, that Atari's doing a huge compilation as well this year, called Atari 50, the anniversary celebration. And this actually needs to be updated, this first post. It's a little bit behind. I believe they've confirmed another Atari Jaguar game that's going to be a part of this collection. But what this is, it's a collection of, I believe, 90 games. Some of those are brand new, but a lot of them are classics from their previous consoles, like the Atari 7800, the Atari 2600, and I'm sure the 5200's mixed in there. Be cool if they had some 8-bit computer Atari games. I don't know if they're going to do that. I know they do have some Atari ST games, which is really cool. I believe this is going to be a first for Atari. It's the Atari ST games. And then the Atari Lynx and the Atari Jaguar. And that's why I wanted to talk about this, because that is pretty huge. I don't think Atari ever since 1996 or whenever they, got bought up by Bandai, if I remember correctly, they haven't acknowledged the Atari Jaguar basically since the letter that Bandai released back in, I think that was 1999. So anyways, and so this is a really big deal. It's another big deal because of how they're pulling it off. They're doing it with emulation, and you can actually, and I wish I had this pulled up. I don't have it pulled up. I just wonder if I can bring that up somehow. But oh yeah, Hasbro. Thanks, Bryce. I don't know why I mixed that up with Bandai, but so one of the programmers that's been working on this, he says that he's been working on the emulation. I don't believe we have too many details other than that right now, other than what games we're getting. And there's a nice list here on Atari Age. We have Atari Kart, Cybermorph, Fight for Life, Missile Command, Trevor McFur, and the Crescent Galaxy, the most important game in the entire Jaguar library. It's Trevor McFur and the Crescent Galaxy. It is missing 3 others, and those are the 3 games I'm working on, but that's okay. We can forgive them for that because we're getting Jaguar, officially re-released Jaguar games from Atari. So pretty exciting news. There is one more game that is supposedly on this list, and that's Checkered Flag, and I believe that's if you look really close here. Hey Matt Smith, good morning. Thanks for joining me. See if I can get zoomed up here. If you look down here, there's Checkered Flag. right next to Atari cards. And let's look this up really quick. Checkered, if I can spell checkered flag. There it is. ERED. There we go. Images. I wanted to see the box art. Yeah, so it does look like, wow, $32 for checkered flags. Isn't that amazing? Yeah, that does look like the box art. So that's another one that's missing from this list. And it's possible that there's a few others on there too. I know if you're interested in reading and learning more about this, but yeah, or learning more about this, there's quite the conversation going on what else could be included and just other possibilities. So. Did I say Tempest? Yeah, Tempest 2000s. Oh, he doesn't have Tempest 2000 on there either. Yeah, they featured Tempest 2000 in the video, like it's in the background. So it's pretty obvious. So, which is an obvious choice for the Atari Jaguar. It's definitely the killer app. At least they didn't use Supercross 3D. Yes, thank goodness. Is it Supercross 3D? So, I think I've talked about this on the stream before. Sorry, this is a bit of a tangent, but I like talking about it. Supercross 3D, and I don't know if we're going to be able to do it. Okay, yeah, so Supercross 3D is interesting because it has 3 different names, and let's see if we can find them all. So we found another one, Supercross, probably X. That's probably one of the other names that it had at some point. So Supercross X, and I believe in the manual it refers to it as something else, if I remember correctly. And I don't think we're going to be able to find... Oh, right. No? Sorry, this is a bit of a tangent. Atari Jaguar manual. This has just come up a few times for some reason, like with one of my brothers, and so I kind of want to see if I can... yeah, look at that, archive.org. Nah, I'm not going to pull it up. Anyways, I'm pretty sure it has 3 different names. Supercross is a weird game. You can tell it was just kind of like phoned in, the whole project at Atari. But makers weren't even sure if it was a game or a slideshow. Yeah, it runs pretty slow. I remember, and he's actually on the stream right now, Bryce. He played that game a lot more than I did. He may be the resident expert of that game right now. But I played it the other day. Well, when I say the other day, like sometime within the last year, just to see how broken it was. And it's a playable game. Like, I know you're joking about the slideshow thing. It's a little bit better than that, just barely. But on the first level, I was just trying to get out of bounds. And first attempt, I was out of bounds. Like, that's how easy it was. And so it's definitely, I think it's one of those games where it's, that's where a lot of the shame for the Jaguar comes from. Supercross 3D. And I'm exaggerating. There's probably, besides the few people that watch this stream, maybe another 100 people that even know that the game exists. Even those who are ambiently collecting for the Jaguar probably don't even remember they have it on the shelf. But X Chaos Ultra Vortec is a good game. Yeah, Ultra Vortec is actually one of my favorite games on the Jag. The reason why I'm actually not big into fighters, there's a few reasons why that I like that game. One of them is it's developed by a company who's here in Utah where I live. Beyond Games. They're actually still in business. They're called Wildworks now, but I believe the owners of the company are some of the original owners and developers of Ultra Vortec, and so there's that geographical connection I have with the game. But vroom, vroom. The horrible repetitive motorcycle sound is burned into my mind to this day. Yes, and it's very repetitive. It's pretty much the same sound. I think they do have a few other sounds for crashes, if I remember correctly. But Supercross 3D is one of the worst games for the Jaguar. I would have to agree. It is a really bad game. I'm just trying to think of something that might be worse. Like Checkered Flag is pretty bad, simply because of the frame rate. If it had a slightly better frame rate, it wouldn't be that bad. Yeah, that is probably one of the worst games. Like, I put Trevor McFur in the Crescent Galaxy above that one. So that's how bad it is. But anyways, the other reason why I like Ultra Vortec is there's an obvious application of effort and talent in the game. The backgrounds are fantastic. The sprite artwork done for the characters is really good, and I'm not talking about the ones done with photos. I think because there's, let's see here, Mercury, Skull Crusher. There's at least 2 characters. Oh no, and Grok. There's 3 characters that are digitally created, and they're very well done. And you know, the artwork, the photo sprites are also really well done. But yeah, Trevor McFur, I don't think that's worse than Supercross 3D. Like, I was playing Trevor McFur. I try to play Trevor McFur every, few months. I put some time into it. It's the biggest problem with that game is the length of the levels. If they had shortened them down to like 25% of what they are now, it's passable. The game is passable. I'm not going to say it's fun still. I think that would make it passable because it's just those segments are way too long, way too repetitive. And so in my mind as a designer, it's like, okay, these are really repetitive. We don't want to put some extra work into adding more variety. Let's shorten them up so they don't feel as repetitive. That's what I would have done. Now trying to sell that game at how much would have it cost back then? Would it have been $60? It would have been at least $50, right? I don't think that would have worked. I think you could have sold it for maybe $35 if you had shortened it up, made it less repetitive. So anyways, I am a little bit biased when it comes to Trevor McFur because I'm making these games. I like to defend it a little bit. It is not as bad as Supercross 3D. I'm laying that down now. That opinion is that's a solid opinion right there. Not to say Trevor McFur is that great, but Super Burnout is much better. Yeah, Super Burnout. I've only played that once on the Jag. I've never been a fan of those types of racing games. I should sit down and play it some more. But it's a good game. It's a solid game. And that's is that one Super Burnout. Is that an exclusive on the Jag? Oh, it is. Yeah. There were other bike racing games, I'm sure, back then, but yeah, that's an exclusive on the Jag, and it's solid. It runs fast. Oh, and there's a cool. Let's see if I can find that here really quick. AtariAge.com Super Burnout. There was a recent discovery with that. Oh, it'd be so cool to find that. How could I search that? So they found out that there was actually a problem with the original build of that game, with the audio, music. Gosh, I wish I could find this quickly. No music. That's just somebody not knowing how to adjust click sounds in the audio. Ah, here it is. Bug found in Super Burnout after 27 years. I don't know if this bug has already been discovered. If not, after 27 years, we discovered a bug which unfortunately deteriorates the sound quality for any owner of the cartridge and perhaps also of the game drive. And no one noticed, not even Oliver Nallett. I guess not. I assume that's one of the developers. If you don't know it yet, the Super Burnout programmer claimed that the replay frequency was 32 kilohertz in the race and 50 kilohertz in the menus. There's the reference for that. This is not the case due to a tiny bug in the game code, or rather a small oversight. Trevor McFur is an unfinished game. See, the reason why I disagree with that, XChaos, with Trevor McFur being an unfinished game, that this was a game that they were using to develop the Panther, which was the console before the Atari Jaguar. I don't have a reference on hand for that, but I'm pretty sure that's true. And so, and here's the thing: it's unfinished from our perspective, right? And here's the thing: I agree from that point. In their minds, I don't believe it was unfinished. That's why I'm saying that. So in their minds, I don't think it was unfinished because that's probably the oldest game on the Jag. And it was, and if I remember right, and again, I don't have a reference for this, and so grain of salt. I understand I may be incorrect here. Is they were planning on that being the packing game at one point. And that's why this is why I'm saying I don't agree with that from the developer's perspective that it was an unfinished game. They thought that they had something finished. And that should give you a clue of where Atari was in terms of game development back then and why we got what we got on the Jag. And you know what, just to finish up a thought on Ultra Vortec, this is one reason why I like Ultra Vortec, is it feels like for that time period, and maybe it fits a little bit better a year or two before it was released. It felt like a very finished game. Very well done. And there's a lot of games on the Jag that feel that way too. I'm not saying most of the Jag library felt unfinished, but definitely felt more finished than Trevor McFur. And here's the thing, as a player, I completely agree with you that Trevor McFur feels unfinished. But from Atari's perspective, it was finished. And it's mind-boggling, especially in hindsight, that they thought it was that way. But it's important to understand from their perspective that it was finished because that explains a lot of the garbage games that we got on the Jag. Because they thought that they were making finished games. They legitimately thought that. And if they didn't, then they were straight up lying to everybody that was buying their content, which is possible too. And I know some people believe that. And I like to give them a little bit more of the benefit of the doubt, and that they were just ignorant on what where the bar was set for finished game in comparison to their competition. So anyways, but yeah, I completely understand your opinion about that being unfinished, and it's interesting. Anyways, back here to, and I think I've talked about this on stream, but I thought this was really interesting. It all started on the Euronet forum French with a topic that I launched concerning the sound of the Jaguar. Recently, a debate has started regarding the best way to replay samples. Use I2S's or JPIT interrupt. So there's the JPIT interrupt, and then another, I don't know what I2S means. I don't know what that means. Just another way to replay samples on the Jag, I assume. We came to talk about super burnout, and some doubted that the replay frequency was really 32 and 50 kilohertz. By checking the code and on the emulator, Phoenix, which allows you to see the state of all the registers on the Jaguar, you could actually see that the JPIT1 was used for the music tempo and JPIT2 for the replay frequency, and that it was approximately 30 kilohertz in race and about 50 kilohertz in the menus. It would be necessary to recheck precisely. With SCLK at 0, which allows to have the max bit rate, AtariJaguar also uses the same principle, but with a lower frequency, about 25 kilohertz. But by checking on a real Jaguar with a frequency meter, Zero Square discovers that the real frequency is only 20 kilohertz in the race or in the menu. What is this sorcery? Right after, he realizes, in fact, that this only happens if the original BIOS is launched first, so on an unmodified Jaguar with a real cartridge, for example. By launching the game via the BGL ROM, the frequencies were good. With an emulator, generally, we do not turn on the BIOS, so no bug, and the sound is the right frequency. But if you do turn on the BIOS, the frequency is not good. The bug in Super Burnout does not initialize SCLK, so it keeps the value initialized during BIOS boot, which is 20 kilohertz. On emulator without BIOS, SCLK is not initialized and is therefore the correct value. Technical stuff. So basically, there was. The game needs to be patched or run without the BIOS in order to get the audio to play back correctly. So if you're on an unmodified Jag, you are not hearing the audio as intended in Super Burnout, which is kind of sad. But Doom doesn't have music. The Doom music has been sorted by CJ. Yeah, so that's another cool thing. And I think I've talked about this a little bit on stream, but Doom has been getting some upgrades on the Jag, which is really cool. So apparently they have reintroduced music into the game. It turns out, and again, I'm trying to remember this from memory. There is discussion on this on the Atari Age forum somewhere, where CJ talks about that they were within just a few months of a little bit of extra development and getting music working with Jag without a problem, alongside everything else. It's a little sad that the commercial release didn't get that, because it would have just made this version of Doom really just top notch for that generation. And it's sad that they didn't have enough time to finish that up. And I'm sure who was working on that? Was that Carmack or Romero? I can never remember. I think it was Romero, right? That was working on that original. And it's the no. I think it was John Carmack that did the port. And it's the only port outside of the PC that whoever developed it, directly worked on. And not only that, Doom, that source code for Doom was used for many other platforms after the fact, for years after the fact. I believe the Game Boy Advance version of Doom was based off of the Jaguar source code. So really cool. Another cool thing with the fixes on Doom, I know another fix apparently, again, hope I'm remembering this correctly, is they got the UART bug sorted out, so multiplayer is stable now in both co-op and deathmatch, if I remember correctly. And so it'd be cool if we ever saw that released. Unfortunately, none of these patches have been released, so again, they could be lying, I guess, but I trust CJ. He knows what he's doing, and I'm sure they have a lot of those things worked out, and hopefully one day we'll get to see it. I'd like to think that just one little message to id, saying, hey, can we release this ROM, that they would be more than willing to let them release this ROM. I guess the issue is people making bootleg carts, but honestly, in comparison to all the money that it is making, I don't think that would hurt their sales much. But again, these things can be tricky, getting these things released, because it's technically not your software, and they do have a right to it. And so maybe one day we'll see that. What would be cool is if CJ or these guys could just release a patch that allowed people to patch their own ROMs, because that's legitimate as long as you have a backup of your own game. Modifying the code may be a little bit of a gray area. Maybe that is illegal. I don't know, patching the code. I imagine if it's your own copy, it doesn't really matter. And again, if you're just doing it for personal use, there shouldn't be an issue there. The issue comes when people start bootlegging, which they inevitably will. They'll steal all that effort, not only from id, but also from CJ and others that have been working on getting those fixes done. It seemed like there was one other thing with the menu. Oh yeah, so the menu down at the bottom of the Doom screen, if you boot it up, you'll notice that it's kind of shifted weird, and I believe they got that fixed as well. And it seemed like there were a few other things that they were able to fit. I believe they were able to fit some of the original maps on there, because some of the maps are modified for the Jag version, and they were able to adjust those, or maybe just add new maps. They figured out ways to inject new maps, which I think they've known for a while, because they did they've known how to. I'm not sure how that works, because they had the Doom 2 version. Of where they just took the WAD file from Doom 2 and swapped it out. Spider Demon and Cyber Demon. Okay, yeah. It seemed like they add some visual assets of some sort. Thanks for reminding me of that, Matt. You're definitely on this more than I am. So it's been a while since I've thought about this. This happened, a year or two ago? A lot of these updates happened, so it's been a little while. But yeah, I got those enemies back in. I know there was one level specifically that had a secret that you couldn't get to. Like the way that they designed the level, you can't get to the secret. And so that was fixed. Yeah, it seemed like there was some level modification stuff that happened, and also he was able to expand how many. I think he was able to go from a 4 megabyte ROM. Yeah, a 4 megabyte ROM to a 6 megabyte ROM, which means that more levels or larger levels can be added in, which is cool. And I think he had to figure that out in order to incorporate the music, of course. So I don't. Hey, Matt, do you know? Do you know if the Doom ROM unmodified has the music on it? They just didn't enable it. They didn't have time to get that implemented. Do you know if it has it in there already? I imagine it didn't, because they would have to recompose the songs for whatever engine they were using. But who knows? Maybe they got that far and just didn't get it implemented in software. I'm not sure. Let me know. That'd be cool to know. Well, so Rayman got through that. Yeah, so the Atari 50 anniversary celebration. What the other really cool thing about this is it's going to be on multiple platforms, which also means it's probably going to get a physical release. And so there will be a physical release of an Atari supposedly brand new Atari Jaguar emulator with several games. At least, let's see here. There's 5 here, so 2 more. That's 7. I believe somebody was saying that there's 9 games. I'm not sure what the other 2 games are, though. I've been kind of watching this thread. Most of it is just speculation on what other games could they have. It'd be cool if they had Ultra Vortex on it. That'd be awesome. It has music on, but not the whole range. They didn't include a playback ring buffer for the music. So the music is there. It just wasn't properly implemented. So that's cool that they composed all the music and didn't finish it up. Ugh. So many opportunities lost. It's really sad. Really sad. And it makes you think. Well, and I wonder whoever was developing that version of Doom that they just, because it seems like one of the interviews or something, one of the Arcade Attack interviews, they talk about that a little bit, and the id guys had did such a quick turnaround on that. And it was just one guy that did most of the work. I'm sure there were other people working on the music and graphics and getting those ported over, but it's pretty much one guy that did all the software programming, and they did it really quick, the whole thing. And so maybe there was a bit of burnout, and so it's just like, yeah, this is good enough, get it shipped. We know the Jaguar is a sinking ship, so let's just get it out. But anyways, cool stuff. I didn't like this. I'm gonna like that. Yeah, this is really cool that Atari's putting this together. So I know I've given Atari a lot of flack in the past, and at least Atari as it is now. But this is really cool that they're doing this. This is exciting. It'd be cool if they were able to extract that emulator. I don't know how legal that is, but it'd be cool to just see how it compares to the current emulator that we have. I know there's multiple emulators, but we really just have one. I believe the other emulators are derivative besides Project Tempest, which hasn't been worked on since the early 2000s, if I remember correctly. But anyways, really cool to see this. I don't know if I mentioned that there would be Atari Lynx games as well. And that's a first for Atari since the 90s, essentially. And so it's cool to see those get attention. Now we know why they re-registered those trademarks back in September of last year. So they were planning on doing this. Hopefully this doesn't mean too much trouble for us in the future in terms of like the biggest concern for us who are producing games for the Jag and for the Lynx for that matter is the use of the Jaguar and Lynx logo. The reason why from a legal standpoint those have been usable is Atari wasn't using that trademark. It makes me wish that I had picked up the trademark or somebody else in the community. That way Atari wouldn't be able to do this. But the worry is they'll produce this game and maybe other releases, and in 5 or 6 years they'll start sending cease and desist letters to us that are using the logo on box art and on manuals and on cartridges, and so we won't be able to use the Jaguar logo anymore, which would really suck. It's a cool logo. I can understand why they want it, but Hover Strike, the CD version, is better than the version on the cartridge. Yes, it is. And I need to get around to playing Hover Strike. on the stream. I don't think I've done that yet. I think I've beaten the cartridge version. If not, I've gotten pretty far, but it'd be cool to do a comparison on stream between the cartridge and the CD version. I'm sure somebody else has done that on the interwebs somewhere. But it'd be cool to do a live comparison of that. I can actually capture from two different consoles, so it'd be, at the same time, and so it'd be cool to do an actual side-by-side comparison to see, because there is some improvements in terms of frame rate and even other just more obvious visual improvements to that game. And it's a pretty fun game. It's basically Battlezone 2000 just for the Jag, and with ground shaded textured polygons. And it is a fun game. It's a little bit repetitive. Kind of reminds me of Cybermorph in terms of the diversity of mission types. But it is fun. It's definitely fun. I think I have one sibling that did beat that game. My brother Aaron. I'm pretty sure he beat probably both versions of the game, if I had to imagine. But anyways, yeah. So this is really cool. Looking forward to getting this. Definitely will purchase this. I'll probably get it on the Nintendo Switch, and I'll end up we'll do a stream on it. I may do it on the PC. We'll see. We'll see. I would like to have a physical copy of this, and so I'm hoping, like previous compilation releases that Atari's done, they've done physical releases, so it'd be really cool to get a physical release on anything. My guess is they'll probably definitely do it for like the PlayStation 4, PlayStation 5, and Xbox. I don't know if the Switch will get one because of cartridges, but we'll see. It'd be really cool. Anyways, moving on. Now to some more boring stuff. I wanted to point this out really just so I remember, but this is kind of a big deal. So there's source level 68K GPU and DSP debugging, and that GPU and DSP debugging I believe are probably the most important parts of this. Is so and again, I'm talking about this from a very inexperienced point of view. I am not familiar with debuggers at all, and I wish I've done some cursory searches on learning how to run these old debuggers, finding some just education on this. If anybody knows some good sources on why you use a debugger and some like basic approaches to using a debugger, I would appreciate that. If you have any sources, please. You may not be able to put it in the chat links, and so just tweet some links at me if you do know anything about how to use a debugger, like generally speaking. Like here's debuggers 101, that kind of thing. Because it's something I need to learn about. But the thing that really stuck out to me about this debugger is that you can also do line by line C code debugging, which is really cool. I haven't dived very far into assembler yet. It's something that I'm planning on doing in the future, but the fact that this has source level C debugging is really cool, and so it'll show you you can set breakpoints. Again, this is coming from somebody very inexperienced with this stuff, and it'll show you the line of code that it's currently playing back and or executing is the right word for that. Anyways, I wanted to point this out because this is I know debugging for the GPU and the DSP has always there's been a lack there, and so having access to this is really cool. And this is all derived from I believe, based on his post. I did read through all this a few days ago. It is derived from the Alpine board and the same tools that were used originally by developers to debug their code. And so it's cool to see that these methods are being updated using modern tools. And so now it uses the Skunk board to do this, and I imagine that eventually this will all get ported over to the Jag GD as well for developers that are using that as a way of pushing their programs out to real hardware. Anyways, really cool to see this update. Again, I know this isn't games, it isn't as exciting, but as a developer, this is pretty cool stuff. And it will be even more cool as I learn how to use it. So, okay, yeah, I believe that's all I want to talk about there. there's an interesting conversation if you really want to get into this about COF versus ELF formats and how the COF format for the Jag isn't actually COF. And anyways, there's all sorts of interesting conversations going on. So Silly Venture is coming up, which is, let's see here, can I read this date? 14/8. So August 14th, 2022. So in about a month. Almost exactly a month, we're going to have Silly Venture again this year. And this is, I believe, the first Silly Venture in a couple years that they've done in person. And they're doing it at a place in Poland, and the best high-rise in Poland, apparently. Anyways, this is really cool. I'm actually thinking about doing a stream because I know they do a compilation video of a lot of the entries. I don't know if it's all of the entries. It'd be cool to do a long form, just to sit down and go through that and comment about that and talk with you guys about the entries for that. And it covers all the Atari systems in the 90s, up to the 90s. And so it'd be cool to do that. I'm thinking about entering a few things myself. We'll see if I'll do that. I may end up donating some things for prizes or something too. We'll see. I just wanted to make everybody aware that this is, if you aren't familiar with Silly Venture, here's a brief introduction. It's a I guess you could term it as a demo party. So back in the 80s and 90s, you had you had parties where people, and this was very popular in Europe. There was a thing happening here in the States too, but people would get together and show off the cool programs that they were making and how they were exploiting the hardware as much as they possibly could. And it turned into this competition of who could one up each other. Again, this is very surface level. It goes a lot deeper than this. But basically, people started competing and to see who could make the coolest thing, essentially, with the hardware, to push the hardware as hard as you possibly could. And Silly Venture is just a continuation of that tradition. And so now this is kind of a lot of these people are older that grew up with this, but you have younger people like me getting involved as well, just showing off what they can do on these systems. And it's cool because this is a big reason why people even care about these consoles anymore, is to see, and I get this question all the time when I stream, is what do you think the Jaguar really could have done? And that question, that's what these demo party, that's a aspect of what making these demos for these consoles is all about, is seeing what these consoles in the right hands could actually do. And so this is definitely something worth supporting, at least with your eyeballs, taking a look at it. If you are a programmer, it's definitely worth spending some time adding an entry, because this is, again, coming back to what I was talking about. These kinds of things are what play a huge part in keeping these communities and consoles alive. So, anyways, definitely want to make you aware of that because it's worth watching. I believe they are doing some live streaming outside of just the final mop-up video that they do after the event. It's a multi-day event, I believe. So yeah, 2 days. So it's actually starts on the 12th of August and goes to the 14th. So exactly a month away. Anyways, you can go back and look at a previous Silly Venture. They've been doing this for decades now, I believe. So it's an old event, but it's a well-attended event. I had somebody contacted me directly, I believe last week, and they said they have quite a few people going physically, but they have something like over 1,000 entries this year, which is nuts. Going through and just sorting that all out is a ton of work, and a lot of this is volunteer work too. I believe the guy who runs this, a lot of it's out of pocket to make sure that this happens each year. So definitely show your support for these amazing developers, these people who continue to carry the torch. Definitely worth the time. Check it out. Okay, let's see here. I think that's just my main Twitter. I was breaking these out into tabs so I could go through them one by one because there's so much to go through. The Raptor API had an update. So if you are developing with the Raptor engine, there's some updates there. I don't know what the updates are exactly. Maybe we should go check it out. Let's go check it out here really quick. 20. Oh yeah. So we have created a Raptor game drive module. So it looks like they're implementing, I assume that's game drive, support directly in the library. Hexed ASCII. So just allows you to convert hex values to ASCII values. I assume that's at the software level or programming level. Fix major issues with the branch object handler. Why do we always fumble around in the dark with two left hands with BRA when when bras are involved? Funny, CJ. Added Raptor map tiles bit depth. API now works all bit depths for tile sets instead of fixed at 4 bits per pixel. So that's cool. So it looks like the tile backend supports all bit depths, which is awesome. Fix bug where X and Y were reset when object killed. Throwback to much earlier version. Fix bug where vertical clipping graphics offset was using byte wide ID maybe instead of G width to calc new bitmap address. So that's beyond me. I could probably do some research and figure that out, but that's okay. Raptor LSP.O manual, I believe. LSP, isn't that the playback? Doesn't that have to do... Let's see here. When did he do this? May 13th. So CJ did a version of Golden Axe that had Atari ST music in it. And I had asked him if he had... somebody had recently done up an emulation for Atari ST, to play Atari ST, what do they call them? The Yamaha module. So just a native sound for the Atari ST on the Atari Jaguar. And I'm wondering if that's what this is he's implemented that now. So now you can play back Atari ST type music on the Jaguar. Anyways, again, I think I've said this already, CJ, but thank you if you're watching for doing that version of Golden Axe. I'm working on a little gift for you. So hopefully I'll get it done soon. But fixed another bug in the NRV GPU depack when crossing pages. Just depacking stuff. I'm not sure what that means either, but oh yeah, new sound engine. So yeah, that is exactly. Split screen tile maps are now supported. So yeah, the split screen stuff is really cool. There is a game idea I have in mind that I would love to do split screen on someday. I'll hopefully get to that. That's cool that it is split screen setup now. So that's really cool that the Raptor API is still being updated. If you're interested in testing this stuff out, I assume this has all been updated in Jag Studio, which is just it's a development environment based off of the Raptor engine for Windows. I also worked on a script for Linux. I don't know if he has that uploaded or not, but you can definitely run this on Windows. Most people are on Windows anyways. The reason why I did the Linux script is so I could run this stuff in Linux. That's the reason why I did it. But yeah, I'm not too interested outside of that right now anyways. I would it'd be cool to make some games with the Raptor engine in the future. So the removers library has been really good, and Seb has been working on it with me and Phobos specifically, and I think there's one other person that's been working with it as well. And we've been doing updates to the removers engine, just small little things, and so that's still being actively developed. But the Raptor API, there's definitely more people behind that working on that, and CJ's been doing some amazing things with that. So check that out if you're interested in programming. I believe there's some tutorials somewhere too that somebody's been working on. But Phobos, the developer of Astrite, works on the new stuff for the Jaguar, I think. Yeah, so Phobos is working. He worked on Astrite. He worked on Kings of Edom as well, which we're playing today. Yeah, he's been doing all sorts of games. I think he has 2 or 3 other games in the works. A beat 'em up, a Zelda-like adventure game. It seemed like there was one more. Oh yeah, like a 3D game, a 3D space shooter of some sort. I don't know how far he's going to get with that, but it's cool to see him working on so many things. Hopefully he can keep the quality up. I know I would struggle with that if I was in his shoes. So Let's see here. Already talked about Raptor. Oh yeah, we're done with that. The next batch of Jaguar game drive carts have shipped to retailers today. When was this? This was June 15th. So this was a little while ago. It was about a month ago. But I imagine there's probably still copies of, copies of the Jaguar GD available if you know where to look. So probably just want to dig down into this thread. I'm sure there's some links here to some places so you can find them. The price did increase on these a little bit because of the how shipping was affected because of COVID and stuff like that. And so it may be a little bit unpalatable right now. I know Saint mentioned, I think on Atari Age, that the price may come back down if things get better in terms of the economy and stuff like that. But you may want to consider just saving your pennies and getting this while you can. Who knows? They may become completely unavailable in the near future because of the economies and stuff like that. So definitely it's definitely worth the purchase. Just to have all your completely legitimate copies of your Jag library in one place that you can play them off of is really cool. Plus, there's some minor CD support. Hopefully, that will get worked on a little bit more in the near future as well. Be cool to have 100% support. Oh, something I did read about the Jaguar GD recently is he has gotten the VLM working on it at some point when he was dabbling with things, and so having future VLM support is going to be, that is exciting, because that is the one thing that people who have Jaguar CD units can claim exclusivity over. And so is the VLM has never been emulated or has never been reproduced outside of this now. And so it would be cool to have the ability, and me, I'm interested in it from a preservation standpoint, because CD units are becoming rarer and rarer as time comes on, and so being able to experience that outside the CD-ROM drive is in my opinion incredibly important, because it's probably one of the most, from a historical standpoint, it's probably one of the most important things that the Jaguar contributed to content consumption. There were VLMs before that in hardware form, but I believe this is one of the first software VLMs, at least at the consumer level, mass-produced level, ever made. And so from a historical standpoint, that's incredibly important that the VLM can be reproduced somewhere, even if it's still on Jaguar hardware. So anyways, get one of these if you haven't already. It's definitely worth the money. So one last update here before we get to our game, finally, an hour into the stream. Thanks for your patience. There was a lot to talk about. A lot happened this last week. Felt like everything was saved up, and then suddenly there was a ton of news this last week, and it so happens to be the one week I didn't stream too. So anyways, Songbird Productions did a cool little update on Microvaders, which is an upcoming Atari Lynx game. And he's been working on this one for a while. He's been updating the graphics. He's just showing these little asteroid fields. I love these particle explosions he's done. They look awesome. I'm definitely going to get a copy of this. So anyways, looks really good. I'm excited to play this one. If you're into Lynx, look forward to that. And Derek Dash here asked, is it a vertical Lynx game? And I believe it is, based on the orientation, which we don't have a lot of those on the Lynx. There's Raiden, which wasn't ever finished, if I remember correctly, and Gauntlet. Does that have a number to it? Is it Gauntlet 2? Can't remember. Gauntlet is a vertical game. What else? Seemed like there was one more game. There weren't a lot of games that took advantage of verticality on the Lynx, but anyway, so it's cool to see that we're getting another vertical game on the Lynx, and we'll definitely do this one on stream. I want to do another Lynx stream with several different games. So anyways, I've been talking a lot. My throat's wearing out already. Anyways, what are you excited for? Are you excited for that Atari Celebration? Anybody gonna pre-order it? Anybody gonna get it? Or is it just me? I was thinking about getting it on my VCS, on my Atari VCS. I may do that if it goes on sale at some point. I'm not big into owning things digitally because you're not really owning, you're renting. And so I try to get physical releases wherever I can. And so I'm hoping I am gonna buy this one digitally just so we can do a stream on it, but I am hoping they will get a physical release put out somewhere so I can hopefully either on the PS4 or the Switch. Those are the two things that I'm collecting physically for right now. So anyways, outside of the Jag, like I'm not really collecting for anything else outside of nostalgia. So anyways, so Kings of Edom, and I talked a little bit about this last week or 2 weeks ago, but this is a game that you can purchase today. If you are new to the stream and haven't seen this game before, it is a roguelike, and so it has some procedurally generated levels, and you go through and you're supposed to find all these crowns, and you fight enemies, and you pick up items, and it's all randomly generated. It's pretty fun. I enjoy it. It's a little bit repetitive, so I don't know if this is the best thing I should be playing on stream, but I wanted to get another crown. I think I only have a few. I don't have a whole lot, and so it'll be nice to find some more crowns. See if we can find one here in the next hour, and maybe pushing it. We'll see. Maybe I'll stream a little bit longer to make up for last week today. But yeah, let me know if you played this game, what you think of it, and we can chat about it while we play. Yeah, let's get to it. There's a few things I got to set up here. Right now I have the audio turned down, so I'm going to turn that up. It has a intro song, maybe. Don't know if you guys can hear that. Let me know if you kind of somebody playing wood blocks or something. That's what it sounds like. Just my microphone. Let's get started with Kings of Edom. So I've played this maybe 3 or 4 times now. I know I have a few crowns, and we can check that out here right at the beginning, see how many crowns I have. Let's see here. Just trying to check my audio levels. There we go. That should work. So if we come up, if we step on this... Oh, I only have 3 crowns. We have a long ways to go. I believe there's 11. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Yep, there's 11 crowns. Can we do the ritual? Oh, 4 out of 11 crowns. Not too much developers make game for the Jaguar CD. Yeah, not anymore. The skunk board alleviated some of that, so there aren't a lot of people making stuff for the CD unit. What else? Jaguar GD is probably going to be the death nail in CD games, is my guess, just because that's really opened up the ability to play games on real hardware. Here's the other thing that will kill it is emulation. That's another reason why that emulator for the anniversary might be really important. There are no Jaguar CD games on their on that list of games that will be included with the Atari 50th celebration compilation. But it doesn't mean that they won't try to put work into that. I think it's a bit of a long shot, but you never know. So yeah, there's a handful of reasons why CDs just don't get produced anymore. I've done a little bit of work. I haven't released anything on a CD. Oh, yes, I have actually. I've released the Portland Retro Gaming Expo 2014 on CD. I should give some of those away. I still have quite a few copies. That was way back. That was like 2014 I did that. I think it was 2014. And you could have purchased a copy of that for like $8 or something. I had it really cheap. Come on. Of course. See if we can get these guys to... It's a little bit tricky to develop something for the CD unit because you have to encrypt the disk. It's a bit of a pain. It is possible. There are tools out there, thank goodness, to do that. But it is difficult. The other issue with CDs is you're not going to sell as many copies because there aren't as many people out there. Gosh, 2 locked doors there to an empty room too. It's interesting. is there's a lot less owners of CD units, of course. I think the reason why CDs were a big deal is because CDs were cheaper to produce back in the day. And so that's why you were seeing more CD units. It was easier to produce them. Actually get them, or cheaper to produce them in mass. And so you could do a lot of them, but what's funny about that is there's just not a lot of people who actually have them. So have CD units. And so it just doesn't... It's a catch-22 situation, and as time goes on, there will be less CD units available, and so there really isn't any good reason to do CD games anymore. Which is a bit sad. Well, here's the thing about CD games, though. We'll probably see more quote-unquote CD games in the future because of the JagGD. So the JagGD, if they get the whole CD emulation thing figured out, get it working stably anyways, you may see games that will take advantage of the space that CDs allow. 2 keys. And the exit. Oh, I need to set up my stats. Almost dead already. At least we picked up a potion. Do I have a healing spell? Hope I have at least one healing spell. Okay. Let's see here. Let's keep our searching. And I want to increase... See, everything above the last 3... No... Some things carry over, because like hit points is 21. Maybe it's random rolls. I don't know. Let's increase our hit points. I'm going to drop 2 stars on that so we develop that a lot quicker. Oh, I need to heal. See? Yeah, there it is. Yeah, focus on our hit points. Get that up a little bit. Nothing, tra-la-la. Not too many, yeah. Yeah, what else about the Jag CD? No, in my opinion, the best thing that came out of the Jag CD was the VLM. I really do like that VLM. It's very nice. Very nostalgic. I remember growing up with that quite a bit. My brother's listening to music on that thing. Now we're gonna just have to... We got our marksman, our archer. A small potion. Use that up. So those 2. There we go. Okay. Yeah, the VLM, I personally believe is the best thing out of the Jag CD. The next best thing is probably Battle Morph. Let's see here. Iron Soldier 2 is really good. I love those Iron Soldier games. I think they strike a good balance between complexity and an arcade-like mech experience. And Iron Soldier 2 is definitely an improvement over the first one. First one's a really good game too, but I believe there's some frame rate improvements with Iron Soldier 2. It has a good soundtrack, brand new soundtrack. I don't like the FMVs, but that was kind of the in thing back then. But yeah, that's a good solid game. Was Iron Soldier 2 released? I believe Iron Soldier 2 is an exclusive on the Jag. Correct me if I'm wrong. Because I know Iron Soldier 3 was on the new one and PlayStation. But yeah, I'm pretty sure. Man, these guys are just smacking me down. Maybe I should increase my my dodge before we increase my hit points, because I'm just going to waste all my resources on here. Let's upgrade our hit points once to 22, and then we'll decide if we want to move that over to something that'll allow me to dodge a little bit more, because these guys are just doing... I've taken a lot of damage so far, and we're not even halfway through this first dungeon. It's not good. There we go. I want first strike. Thank you. This is nice of you to allow me to hit you. I'm gonna let him come get me. There's 3 guys here. I don't want to get surrounded if I don't have to. Come on. Don't pause. I'm gonna get surrounded, huh? Come on. Let's see if I can take out one of these guys here. There you go. That's what I'm looking for. Thank you. Nice. That went a lot better than I was expecting it to go. X Chaos, do you have a favorite Jag CD game? There's only a few to choose from, outside of Homebrew anyways. The cool thing about something I can think of on the Jaguar CD is Homebrew. Is those who did have a CD unit gave them access to burning a lot of free homebrew without having to build a cart, basically. Again, this was before the Jag GD or even the Skunk board, and so it was kind of the way to play homebrew. Because if you had you could also burn a Jaguar bypass CD, and so you could even play unencrypted homebrew, which is pretty important. Well, that's all my resources there. Check this path out. Nothing there. So it's really the Skunk and then ultimately the Jag GD that's going to make the CD unit really obsolete. It'll definitely just become a collector's item. Yeah. And that's not necessarily a bad thing because... again, CD units are going the way of the dinosaur really quickly. They're very fragile things. And honestly, like I have mine plugged in right now. I honestly don't know why I do at this point, except for the occasional streaming a CD game. Which doesn't happen very often. We did the Cybermorph playthrough. You know what I should do? Oh, I'm doing Baldies, which is a CD game. So, yeah, I definitely need my CD unit for that. That game's turning out to be a lot more fun than I thought it would be. Just making sure the stream looked fine. It looks fine up on my screen here, and so it should be fine on stream. And then passing it through this capture device. But anyways... it'd be cool to do an Iron... I've never beaten Iron Soldier 2, and so maybe I should do that. I should set that up as... Maybe we'll do Iron Soldier 2 tomorrow. I haven't played it in a long time. That one would be fun to play. Oh, I already have a wooden shield. I didn't need to pick that up. Okay. You can hit him. Anytime. Thank you. Let's see where we're at on this level up. Okay, I leveled up. Let's... probably dexterity, right? Two hit bonus, 2 damage bonus. Yeah, I'm gonna keep my searching, just upgrading all the time. 50 pieces of bread. Tasty, tasty bread. Oh, there's a potion. Don't want to miss that. There we go. see if there's anything along this path. Not too much developer though. Yeah. Yeah. Does anybody have a favorite Jag CD game? Anybody like? Let's see here. What's an outlier? Oh yeah, Brain Dead 13. Does anybody like Brain Dead 13? I need to stream that one. You are under the influence of hunger. Great. I'm starving to death. That's wonderful. Shop's clear at the other side of the map. I may die here. I may want to die here because this was a terrible start. Oh, that was a waste, wasn't it? Oh, let's get healed up and hope for the best. One more time. Ah, nice. Ah, food. Give me a lot. Nice. 125 pieces. That was good. That'll keep us going for just a bit longer. Hey, something you guys can help me out with here with this game is keeping an eye on those messages. Make sure I don't miss a crown message. I don't think we're going to see it here in this first map, but in the second, maybe the second, but definitely like the third or fourth dungeon if we get to it, we should get a message. Got some more bread. That's good. We are out of magic. We are out of potions. Oh, there's a potion. Yay. Oh. Gosh, I kind of wish he just killed me. I'm not doing good. That's it. That's all the health we're getting. See if we can finish up this map and die on the next one. Hey, armor. Little blessings. Oh, this may be it, actually. Looks like we were shorted like 3 rooms this time. The procedural generation didn't generate a bunch of rooms. It just, oh gosh. Already hungry. Oh, bread. 125. That'll get us to the exit. Speaking of the exit, where is it? Let's find the exit. Let's go to the map. Give me the map. There it is. Okay, bottom left corner. So down and just go over to the left. How do I exit? There we go. Down. And to the left. We should be starving right when we get there. I have 298 gold, so I could spend some money on some food. I should spend it on potions, to tell you the truth, but we are going to need food. Because, let's see here. Food is 22 we can take. Just a few more steps. Maybe we should buy some food. Let's buy some food. Let's move that. Hey, the exit's in the same place. Should we just go to see how far we can get? You didn't get a level for a crown, which is good, I guess. Because it would be nice to pick up at least 1 crown. So 250 pieces of bread. Let's see how far that gets us. Let's buy that. How much are these? That. Can get 1 more of those, 1 more of those. Let's do another magic potion. And should we just go to the next dungeon? Let's try it. Let's try going to the next dungeon. See how far we get. Now we can at least pick up some bread and keys. Don't need a wooden shield. Might be able to pick up a sword here really quickly. Oh, it's one of those cool drinks. Hey, there's a sword. Yeah, maybe we take this and go back to the previous one. What do you think? Oh, there's another potion here too. Let's heal up. We could do that. We could go back one. Let's do that. Let's go back one. Fight a few enemies here. Maybe level up. Let's see here. We haven't leveled up on our dexterity yet, so maybe we'll get leveled up on that first. See if I can get this guy to walk into my path. There we go. Get the first hit. Nice. Get some gold. No, wasn't thinking on that one. Nice. Hit him. Nice. Not a rat. I hate these rats. Oh gosh. At least we're picking up lots of bread. That's a huge plus. Okay, now we can get poisoned. Nice. Ugh, I only have one cure. Oh, yeah, I only have one. Not good. We do need to heal. It gives us heal 2. Oh, darn it, I wasted that potion. This is the other thing, I'm not paying close enough attention to what I'm consuming. Now we're screwed on our magic already. Ugh, darn it. Hey, potion. This is why I'm keeping that star on my searching, because supposedly it makes finding things like potions easier. I assume that's how it works. Not 100% sure. Oh, searching and dexterity increased. Do we want to move that to anything else? I kind of want to leave it on dexterity. It'd be nice to be able to dodge attacks pretty consistently. Especially if we're... Well, we may go through this whole level here. If we don't get poisoned. If we don't get hit a lot. Like that. Maybe I should increase my accuracy. Should consider it anyways, right? Hey, potion! So I don't know if the level is it generates all the objects when you enter a new dungeon, or when you enter right before you enter a room. I assume it's right before you enter a room because it checks your searching stat and makes that useful, you know. So so if you level up in between rooms, you have a better chance on the next room you come to of finding an item. I think this is already maxed out. Yeah, you can only get a heal 2 spell. So hey, we'll probably get poisoned here, so it's probably pretty important that we... Oh, good. Picking up some gold, too. Good pickups. I am circumnavigating the dungeon first, and then we'll get the middle sections at the end. Gosh, there's a lot of locked doors in this dungeon. Gotcha. Okay, I was going to check our map really quick. So, there are 2 sections in the middle. What I should do... We'll go up, we'll finish the loop. Let's see here, where's the exit? Yeah. We'll finish the loop. We'll go all the way, we'll come down to the bottom, second to the bottom row, go up one and go to the right. Yeah, that'll work. Okay. Go all the way up now. Need to use my potions here in a moment. Don't poison me. Nice. Okay, we have a magic potion and a healing potion. We'll just use that healing potion for now. Hopefully we'll pick up a few other magic potions. That would be really nice. Ugh, stop hitting me. Wish the bad guys would drop items. That'd be cool. Don't know why a monster would be carrying 65 gold in a magic ring, but come on, come on. Ugh, things might get a little bit desperate here again. There's the shop. I guess I could go buy something. I do have some money. Let's go get some magic potions. While we're here. Bye. How much do I have left? 27. Not enough. How much food do I have? I could buy some food. Let's buy some food. While I'm thinking about it. Daggers cost 1 gold. Okay, we're going all the way down, or almost all the way down to the second to last layer of this dungeon. Come on, give me something. Ugh, darn slime. I should check these pathways. I haven't seen a message for a crown yet. We are only on the second dungeon, so not necessarily expecting one. Well, I'm glad we went and got that short sword because we didn't encounter one until now. Coming up pretty close to the ending of this dungeon. I need a cure. Nah, I don't have enough magic. There we go. Let's get enough magic. There we go. Bread under a box. I'm sure that won't hurt us, right? Don't need that. I already have all my healing spells. Already have a short sword. Don't need to pick that up. I know I mentioned this last time. It would have been nice to have a buyback system of some sort in this game. Okay, now we're going to cut over to the left. All the way to the other side. Bread! A hallway filled with bread. That's good. Well, we're doing a lot better than I thought we would this run. Hit him. Hit him. Hit him. Thank you. Hit him. Ow. Die. 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 Gosh. Let's see here. I'm about to level up on dexterity again. Which I see a short sword. Oh, right there. I walked over it. We'll navigate those paths when we come up the second layer. Rat. Bread that rat has nibbled on. Don't die. Thank you. Did I I move this one? Nope. 3 gold. Ugh, running out of resources again. At least we're picking up gold. 50 gold, that's a potion. So once our dexterity levels up again, we're going to probably do a 2-hit bonus, which increases our... or no, we're going to change it over to hit points. We're going to upgrade that one a little bit. Okay, we've made it over to the other side. Now we need to go up one once we discover this path, and then go to the right. Head back. That should place us near the exit so we can go to the next dungeon. Didn't need to open up that door. Actually, I need to navigate this before we head over. Cool. Yeah, I haven't noticed any crown messages. See if we can spot it on the next one. The slime was hiding from its inevitable demise. Come on, move in front of me. He's not gonna do it. He's not gonna do it. Of course he's not gonna do it. Hit him. Hit him. Nice. Are you blind? He's standing right in front of you. So, I don't know how many of you have played Morrowind, but that's the game I always think of when when you're sitting there, you're just not getting the dice roll, and not hitting anything, even though it's standing right in front of you. So, you know, that game gets a lot better if you spend a little bit of time increasing your accuracy. But yeah, when you first start out, you can't hit anything in that game. And it is hilarious. Okay, that's it. Pretty sure that's it anyways. Oh, and we leveled up our dexterity just barely, so let's do hit points. Our searching is upgrading nicely. Map, that's what I wanted to check out. Just make sure we got everything. Yep, we got everything. Let's get out of here. Let's get out of here. Okay, can we buy anything? We got 100 gold. We can buy a few potions. What do we have? We have 1 magic potion. So let's buy a couple magic potions. Or 1 magic potions. Darn it, I should have bought 2 healing potions. Do I need antidotes? I have 2 antidotes. I'm going to be fine with that. We are going to start encountering green slimes and red bats, I believe. I think we moved everything here already, so we can just continue onwards. Come on, Mr. Rat. Doing good, doing good. Potion. You're not taking my potion, rat. It is mine. Oh, gold. Yeah, I can get another potion. I think we're going to do the same thing. We're going to circumnavigate, do the perimeter first, and then fill in the center. Oh yeah, we have green goblins. Oh, there's a lot of bad guys here. Come on. Come on. Oh, that hurt. Oh, man. Not good. Thank you. Not doing a lot of damage. Oh, watch that spider. Oh, crap. And this may be it, guys. If I can't hit this, you know, this mountain standing in front of me. Gosh, man. That was bad. That was a terrible waste of resources. Already have a short sword. Already have a shield. Oh, there's a key. Let's grab that and a sign. Already have leather. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, I already have leather armor. I'm set on that. Mm, 500 pieces of bread. Nice. Oh, that was lucky. Yellow scroll. You read the yellow scroll, but you already have the highest level of the Cure 1 spell. Well, why do you even make them drop? I guess you can roll at the beginning of a round and not have that healing spell, which would suck if you rolled that low. We are not doing good. I don't even think I can... Well, I can do a level 1 heal. Would be nice to do a level 2 heal. Nice. Watch, I lose all those hit points. Right at the beginning. Do I even want to deal with that green troll? I need the experience, though. Especially for the hit points. Where are we on that, by the way? Oh, we did upgrade. 192. Let's see if we can fare a little bit better. Yeah, 4 damage is good, but he did 4 damage to me, too. Oh, well, this might be it, guys. That's it. Darn it. Okay, let's keep going. Let's try that again. See if we get some better dice rolls here at the beginning. That was pretty miserable. We really struggled there at the beginning. So, we got... We're gonna keep... What if we just really increase our searching quickly here in the first dungeon, then shift it over to the hit and damage bonus. So we're just pelting our enemies. How much gold do I have? I could spend that on a few potions. Or elixirs, as they're called in this game. Don't have any keys yet. Guess I could buy a key, but you usually get those for free. He is hitting me every time. He hit me every time. My goodness. Man. At least our hit points are high. That was pretty ridiculous. Hey, man, treasure room. Tons of bread. Lots of bread. Tasty bread. Gold. Do. On our little adventure, still no keys. Maybe I should have bought some keys. regretting it now because I'm wasting bread. Yeah, this way. Let's go this way. 3 slimes, wow. Let's see if we can just get his attention. Kill him. Kill him. Come on. Come over here. Get over here. Nothing under the blocks. Still don't have any keys. Yeah, let's see if we can get our searching like up to 19 as quick. Oh, I can't go anywhere because I don't have any keys. I have to walk all the way around. Ugh. I'm not going to buy keys. I need potions. All my money's going to be spent on potions. Need a key there. Gosh. Nuts. Buy another elixir. I refuse to buy keys. Oh my goodness, that's locked too. Okay, we're gonna buy a key. That is ridiculous. How much are keys? I only have 27 gold and a key is 10 gold. I guess we're getting 2 keys. Watch. One of these rooms will be filled with like 4 keys. Yeah, there's a key, of course. That was silly. Now it's just a dice roll. Sometimes dice rolls are silly. We're not going to waste our keys that we just purchased. Not yet, anyways. There's another key. Oh my goodness. My bread. Ooh, more bread. Well, at least we're getting some good dice rolls on hitting these guys. Heal up here. You're not unlocking that door. Nice. Well, almost got through this level and no message for a crown. I'd like to think that the crowns are auto-generated, but honestly don't know. Or they're randomly generated, randomly placed, rather than a piece of code that tells them, well, if they have three or 4 crowns, don't let them spawn beyond or before dungeon 3 or 4 or something. I'm worried that they're doing that. My guess is that is what's going on, but I haven't played enough to really determine if that's happening. Yay, armor. It's about time. Since we've been spamming our search, it's already up to 16. Gosh, there's a lot of locked doors this time around. Come on, hit him. I wonder if that helps your chances if you move. Maybe it does. We should try that out, see if it does anything. Got another key. To make up for the keys I just purchased. I wish I could crush him. That'd be so cool. Yeah, I wonder if moving after you swing increases your dexterity or something. That'd be really cool if that's how it worked. Ooh, there's a key hidden under this rock. I wonder who left it here. Did they leave it for me? So if I move like that... doesn't seem to be doing anything. And I'm gonna die here if I don't heal. Gosh, okay, there's the exit. And a potion. So I'm going to try to farm as much experience here before I move on to the next dungeon. Search out these pathways. But if we do find the exit for the third dungeon, or the entrance for the third dungeon, we are going to jump into that to see if we can pick up a sword early. Like we did last time. That was pretty nice that we were able to get that. I wish there was a wait command. You could just wait for him to make his move. Do these healing potions. Check out the map here really quick. See what I've searched. Okay, we can search that down below. Let's do that. Path. Oh, I think I already have leather armor. Didn't need to pick that up. Let's drop it. Oh, I haven't equipped. Yes. There we go. And I'm hungry. Not good. Maybe we'll jump over and buy some bread here. I think I am approaching the starting point, or not. Let's see here. Oh yeah, it's quite a ways over there. Yeah, let's go ahead and go over there and get some bread. Or I can risk finding it. Let's risk finding it in a room here. We'll at least pick up some gold. Nothing. Oh, there's some bread. Nice. Not much, but something. Oh, more bread. 15. Again, not much, but it is something. Thank you. Healing potions. There's bread. They've been hoarding it. 125. That's better. We may want to buy some bread though once we exit this dungeon. We're not gonna have enough. Oh, come on. Really? See if I can stay alive. Man. Some really unlucky dice rolls there. Yeah, that was ridiculous. Ooh, bread. Well, I'm glad I didn't go to buy it. We are picking up quite a bit of bread. Exit. I think I just have this pathway, and I think we're good to go. Maybe it. Good enough. I'm not worried about that path or that one. We'll be fine. Okay, let's switch. We have a search of 20, which hope is good. I'm a little concerned it's not now. Maybe we'll leave 1 star on that. Well, I kind of want to... Yeah, let's leave 1 star. Let's do our hit bonus. I believe that increases our accuracy, if I remember correctly. Ooh, you just leave money lying around, shopkeep? 110. How much food do I have? We do need food. Let's buy some food. 500 pieces. Nice. And another potion. Yeah. Ooh, more gold. Let's buy another elixir. That's what I'm talking about. Okay. Looks like we're kind of in the middle or something. More bread. Oh, we have plenty of bread now. I haven't calculated how much I might need to navigate an entire dungeon. Like an average value for bread. Ooh, we want that. With that sword. Drop the dagger. Come here, spider. There we go. Dead. Your bones will be added to your slime friend. Well, we got a new sword, got plenty of bread. I don't know if we could find some potions. That'd be awesome. Oh, there's our heal 2 spell. There's a potion. Drink that. Get you. Get our heal 2 spell. Uh-oh. The game crashed on me. Why did it crash? Well, maybe we'll call that a stream then. Oh, that's interesting. The Jaguar's still playing back audio. Oh, it's the background music, or ambient sound, to be more specific. Huh. I wonder... Let's see here. Let's try... Nope. Seeing if my magic worked, or going to the map. Yep, something crashed. Something's not right. This is my, one of my... that I know is working really well, Jags, too, so yeah, there's definitely a bug. Well, we're gonna call it a day. I know we're ending a bit early, but I don't want to restart and start another round. I'll play for another half hour, and I don't have the time to do that today. Take the mic back. Anyways, well, it's a bit of a bummer that crashed. That's the first time that game's crashed on me. So it could be a problem with my console, but it could just be we ran into just a certain set of actions that caused some sort of memory overflow or something. I don't know. It's possible. With all the troubles with Astrite, I imagine, and because this game came out before Astrite, and because of all the troubles that they had with Astrite, my guess is it's probably a similar bug that they're having before, not clearing out a previously set pointer with null, or initializing it correctly. Anyways, but that's just a guess. I don't know. Anyways, well, thanks for joining me, everybody. XChaos49, is good to see you, and Matt Smith, and Bryce even stopped by for a bit, and anybody else who was on the stream. Thanks for joining me. There were some big updates in our little Atari community this last week, and lots to be excited about. It's cool to see Atari doing that collection with the Jaguar and Lynx games and the Atari ST games. Three systems that they haven't acknowledged basically since the mid 90s, getting some attention. There's a lot of good games to give attention to on all those consoles, and so money to be made. There's communities surrounding these consoles. Yes, we're not huge, but we are growing. There's a lot more younger people getting into collecting and getting familiar with these old consoles, and so that's exciting. So really cool to see that. The debugging stuff is really cool too. Once I learn it, I'm sure it'll be a lot more awesome once I learn how to some techniques for debugging with tools like that. Again, if anybody knows of any references or that can help educate me on that, that'd be awesome. I do want to dive into that and get used to using tools like that. It'd be nice to know how to use those tools because they may speed up debugging some problems that I run into. Just I don't want to say debugging, just logic issues and stuff like that. So, but anyways, thanks for watching. Tomorrow maybe we'll do some Iron Soldier 2. It's a fun game from what I remember, so it has some FMVs that we'll probably end up skipping a lot, but I do like some Iron Soldier. It's a lot of fun. And Iron Soldier 2 is definitely a visual upgrade from Iron Soldier 1. I would like to do some playthroughs of both those games, some series. Actually do a series of videos, some complete series, and so. But maybe we'll try out Iron Soldier 2 simply because I haven't been in it in a long time, and we haven't played an official release in a while here on the channel besides Baldi's, and so play some Iron Soldier 2. That'll be fun. Anyways, you know the routine, like subscribe to the newsletter at JagCorner.com if you came in late, and again, thanks for watching. Have a good day. We'll see you tomorrow morning. Bye.